In the heart of the African continent lies a territory that should, by every law of economics and nature, be the wealthiest place on Earth. We're talking about a nation so unimaginably rich in natural resources that its soil is effectively paved with gold, diamonds, and the very minerals that power your smartphone and the electric vehicle in your driveway. Experts estimate that tucked beneath its surface is over $24 trillion in untapped mineral wealth. That's trillion with a T, more than the entire GDP of the United States. Yet as you stand in the streets of Kinshasa or the mining outposts of Katanga, you don't see skyscrapers or high-speed rails. Instead, you see a nation haunted by decades of conflict, systemic poverty, and a standard of living that ranks among the lowest in the world. This is the Democratic Republic of the Congo. It's a place where nature gave everything except peace and prosperity. How does a country with enough hydroelectric potential to light up half a continent remain shrouded in darkness? This isn't just a story of bad luck. It's a chilling saga of greed, exploitation, and a resource curse that has turned a literal paradise into a geopolitical battlefield. The heart of Africa, a geographic giant. To understand the scale of what we're talking about, you have to look at the map. The DRC is massive. It's the second largest country in Africa, covering over 2.3 million square kilometers. To put that in perspective, you could fit the entire Western Europe inside its borders and still have room to spare. It's landlocked by 9 different neighbors, making it the ultimate crossroads of the continent. But despite its central location, it has only a tiny, frantic sliver of coastline, a narrow corridor leading to the Atlantic Ocean. Within this massive landmass lies the Congo River Basin. This isn't just a forest, it's the world's second largest tropical rainforest, often called the second lungs of the Earth, because it produces nearly 10% of the planet's oxygen. Then there's the Congo River itself, the deepest river in the world. The sheer volume of water moving through these rapids is so powerful that a single dam site, the Inga Falls, has the theoretical capacity to provide electricity for the entire southern half of Africa. But the real treasure isn't in the water or the trees, it's in the dirt. The DRC holds 70% of the world's cobalt. If you own a lithium-ion battery, you own a piece of the Congo. It's a top 3 global producer of copper, it's a titan in the diamond industry, and it exports dozens of tons of gold every single year. In a sane world, this would be a blessing. In the Congo, it became a death sentence. The darkest chapter, Leopold's private playground. The tragedy of the Congo didn't start with modern corporations. It started with a king's ego. In the late 1800s, while European powers were carving up Africa like a cake at the Berlin Conference, King Leopold II of Belgium did something unique and horrifying. He didn't claim the Congo for Belgium, he claimed it for himself. He declared it the Congo Free State, his own private property. Leopold didn't see a nation, he saw a labor camp. At the time, the world was going through an industrial revolution, and the demand for rubber was skyrocketing for tires and wires. Leopold's private army forced millions of Congolese men, women, and children into the jungles to harvest rubber and ivory. The brutality was beyond imagination. If a village failed to meet its rubber quota, the punishment was often the amputation of limbs. Hands and feet were harvested as proof of enforced labor. Historians estimate that under Leopold's reign, between 5 and 10 million Congolese people lost their lives. While Brussels was being built into a city of grand palaces and paved boulevards using Congolese wealth, the Congo was being bled dry. This established a pattern that persists today. The resources go out, the wealth stays out, and the people are left with the scars. Colonial extraction and the illusion of independence. By 1908, the international outcry over Leopold's atrocities forced him to hand the territory over to the Belgian government. It became the Belgian Congo. While the overt mutilations slowed down, the exploitation simply became professional. The Belgians built railways and ports, but look closely at the maps from that era. These tracks didn't connect cities to help people travel. They connected mines to ports. It was a one-way plumbing system designed to drain the country's copper, gold, and diamonds. Education for the locals was intentionally kept to a minimum. By the time independence finally arrived in 1960, There were fewer than 30 university graduates in the entire country. The Belgians wanted workers, not leaders. When independence finally came, a charismatic young leader named Patrice Lumumba rose to power as the first prime minister. He spoke of a Congo that belonged to its people, a Congo that would use its minerals to build its own schools and hospitals. But his vision terrified the West. During the height of the Cold War, the US and its allies feared losing access to these strategic minerals. Within months, Lumumba was deposed in a coup and assassinated. The dream of true independence was murdered with him. The era of Zaire, corruption as a system. In the vacuum left by Lumumba, a military man named Mobutu Sese Seko took control. He renamed the country Zaire and ruled with an iron fist for over 30 years. Mobutu was the quintessential Cold War dictator. He was supported by the West because he was anti-communist, but at home, he was running a kleptocracy, a government by thieves. While the Congolese people lived on pennies, Mobutu built palaces and amassed a personal fortune in Swiss bank accounts. He famously chartered a Concorde for shopping trips to Paris, while the nation's roads turned back into jungle. When Mobutu finally fell in the late 1990s, he left behind a power vacuum that triggered what historians call Africa's World War. 6 neighboring countries and dozens of militias flooded into the Congo. The prize? Not ideology, but the mines. Millions died in the chaos, and once again, the resource curse struck. Every time a new mineral was discovered, it didn't bring investment, it brought a new army. The modern gold rush, cobalt, and the green revolution. Fast forward to today, and the players have changed, but the game remains the same. We are currently in the middle of a global transition to renewable energy. To save the planet from climate change, the world needs millions of electric vehicles and massive solar batteries. These technologies require cobalt and copper. This has put the Congo back in the crosshairs of global superpowers. Today, China has become the dominant player, owning or financing the majority of the large-scale cobalt and copper mines in the country. They build the roads and the power lines, but again, these are often just resource corridors to get the minerals to the coast and eventually to factories in Asia. Meanwhile, Western nations in Washington and Brussels are scrambling to get back in the game. They realize that whoever controls the Congo's mines controls the future of technology. It's a new kind of economic war. While tech giants report record profits and talk about sustainability, the reality on the ground is different. Much of this cobalt is still extracted by artisanal miners. Thousands of people, including children, digging with their bare hands in dangerous tunnels for a few dollars a day. The human cost of your smartphone. It is a bitter irony that the very devices we use to connect with the world are powered by a country that remains disconnected. The lithium-ion battery in your pocket likely contains cobalt that a Congolese father risked his life to extract. The copper in your home's wiring likely came from a province where the local schools don't even have electricity. The world has taken everything from this land. Ivory for its piano keys, rubber for its tires, uranium for the first atomic bombs, and now cobalt for its green revolution. The Congo has provided the raw materials for every major global advancement of the last 150 years, yet its people have been systematically excluded from the profits. The future. Breaking the cycle. The story of the Congo is often told as a tragedy, but it's actually a story of incredible resilience. Despite centuries of theft, the Congo still has the potential to be the engine of Africa. The resources are still there. The fertile soil is still there. But for the resource curse to be broken, the cycle of exploitation must end. The wealth of the Congo should no longer be a reason for outsiders to invade or for dictators to steal. It should be the foundation for a sovereign nation. The world doesn't need to give the Congo charity or mercy. It needs to give the Congo justice. We need to ensure that the supply chains for our technology are clean and that the people at the very start of that chain are treated with the dignity they deserve. Next time you unlock your phone or see an electric car hum past, take a second to remember the Congo. A piece of that earth is powering your life. It's a debt the world has yet to pay back. The Congo has already given everything it has. It's time the world started giving something back. If you found this deep dive into the Congo's history eye-opening, Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. We're dedicated to telling the stories that the mainstream media often overlooks. What do you think is the solution to the resource curse? Let's talk about it in the comments below.